Hello everybody, today I'm going to be reading part 5 of Greg Goes to High School. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the first 4 parts. And you also might be wondering why it's been like 6 months since I posted part 4. Well, I did find out that this fanfic is actually unfinished, so eventually there's just going to be a last part of it and that's it, like there's no more of it. But I do feel like the parts that we have now are still pretty interesting and I feel like it is worth reading because a lot of people have been asking for it. But if you guys do want a more complete Greg Goes to High School story, I will direct you to my Diary of Wimpy Kid the Freshman video, which I will link in the description, and hopefully there'll be like a card on the screen now and at the end of the video. But yeah, that's a really great fanfiction. It's over 40 minutes long, and the senior, it will be coming out soon too, so I'll make sure to read that when it's out. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's get into Greg Goes to High School, Part 5. Wednesday. Today was the day I met this new member. CJ didn't tell me who it was, but apparently she's pretty close with them. Honestly, I just hope I don't already know them. I called up Tyson and Shirag and told them that our first club meeting would take place today, so we all gathered at Mrs. Sturt Events class after school and waited for CJ and the new kid. CJ had already turned in the club sign-up sheet to the principal. "What's up, losers?" When she walked in, the vibe in the room just turned fun and energetic. She was asking for everyone's names and already cracking lighthearted jokes. It was great. She introduced herself as Ariana Davis, or Ari, and apparently she and CJ are like sisters because Ari is dating CJ's older brother. Not to mention Ari is a sophomore cheerleader. I didn't expect a sophomore, let alone a cheerleader, to join the comic club. But when we were showing each other our drawings, I noticed she was a really good artist. How we could be good friends. I was a little surprised to see that she was such a nerd, and I don't mean that in a mean way. But it surprised me because she's, well, a cheerleader. I guess it's stereotypes that got me thinking that. I don't know. Either way, I'm thinking this will be a pretty good group. I'm excited to see how this whole comic club thing plays out. I guess you could say I have pretty high hopes. Thursday. Okay, yesterday was a good school day and all, but I can't say the same for when I settled in bed for the night. I barely got any sleep, and I usually don't anyway because of school. But when I did manage to sleep, I had a really bad nightmare. As it's writing it out in this thing will probably help me organize my thoughts, so here goes nothing. I was standing in a very dimly lit school hallway. It felt familiar, but I didn't recognize the place. I looked down at my hands and realized they were covered in blood. That's when I noticed something lying on the floor in front of me. It was Fragley. I wasn't sure how he got in that state with the bloody nose and everything, but I knew it was my fault. I looked around in a panic and saw that all the lockers lining the walls were wide open and empty. I turned my gaze in the other end of the hallway. Rowley was standing there with pain in his eyes. "Gregory, what have you done?" I wish I woke up there, but the dream continued. I didn't want to see Rowley looking like that. Then again, it was my fault. It always is. I figured that this was what would have happened if I had punched Fragley way back when school started. Where would I be now? Would Rowley and I still be friends? Those are only a few of the many questions I had. Another look at Rowley's face brought me back to what I really needed to think about. Rowley, my old best friend, he was here, right in front of me, even though there was still a small distance between us. Before I could think again, the entire room started shaking. At the blink of an eye, the scene changed. I was now standing at the bottom of a hill, Surrey Street, where I live. I suddenly had the urge to start climbing up the hill, so I did, but it was way harder than I expected. I struggled with every step, and it felt like something was weighing me down. Eventually, I couldn't bear it anymore. I collapsed to the ground, and when I lifted my head, my surroundings changed again. I was in a bright white room with a black door in front of me, so I did the only thing I could think of and open it. Immediately, I sort of saw a time-lapse of every memory I had with Rowley, the good and the bad. I remember hearing my voice echo through the dream while the memories play. He needs to know. He needs to know. To know what? That I'm really sorry? But how do I tell him? How do I show him that I'm trying to do better for him? Because of him. And just then, I woke up. When I woke up, my back felt really sore. So yeah, that was a weird dream. Doesn't exactly make sense to me, but all I know is that I need to find a way to talk to Rowley. But that's going to take a while to figure out, and I've got another problem on my hands. While Tyson and Shirag were waiting in line for lunch, CJ and I were talking at the table. When should I tell Tyson how I feel? You should wait a little longer. To be honest with you, I genuinely think it's too soon for her to confess. The good part of me doesn't want her to get her heart broken. The other part of me, well, it's not the fact that I'm afraid I'll catch feelings for her and get jealous, which I really hope doesn't happen because I just want a good friendship. But I know it's more about the fear of being a third wheel. Who knows, maybe I deserve to be left out. Well, CJ took my advice, and I guess I have some more time to clear out my thoughts. After that, I didn't think this day would get any weirder until history class rolled around. The teacher assigned us partners to work on some textbook questions together, and I got partnered with none other than Patty Farrell. We sat next to each other in awkward silence, and I aimlessly looked around the room until she finally said something, but it wasn't about the Revolutionary War. So, Heffley, who have you told? Huh? About the phone call, dummy. The phone call. I completely forgot about that. Oh, I haven't told anyone. Why? Don't you hate me? It's none of my business. You're freaking me out. Did you hit your head or something? Why are you being so nice? What's wrong with being nice, especially after hearing that call? Yeah, that call. Well, that just got awkward. I had no idea what to say, so I just blurted this out. Patty, you're not perfect, and that's okay. It probably would have been a good time to hug, but we're still talking about Patty Farrell here. I still hate you, though. Oh, thank goodness. So yeah, that happened. We kind of just stayed quiet for the rest of the period, and we only got a few of the questions done. Oh well. I just hope she takes what I said to heart and pretends I wasn't the one who said it. Anyway, the rest of the day was alright. Everyone was at Comic Club working on their comics today when Ari made an announcement. We should do a big art collab to make a poster for the upcoming homecoming game. We all thought it was a great idea. It might even get more people to join the club, but there was one problem. There were already tons of posters out in the hallway and it was a little overwhelming, so we needed something that was original, not corny, and totally awesome. I asked if anyone had any ideas, and Tyson suggested we do something with superheroes because of the whole comic thing. Shrug suggested we do a Halloween-themed poster since the game is in October. Those were both great ideas, but we needed more. Homecoming is in a few weeks, so I guess we have some time. And I'm just excited that we're all doing our very first project together. Monday. I haven't written in this thing for a few days, but this last weekend has been interesting, to say the least. It started off when Shrug invited Tyson over and I over on Friday night. Trust me, I had no idea how this was going to go. I never hung out with the two of them alone before, so I wasn't really looking forward to it. And whenever I think of Tyson, I think of the fact that CJ likes him. After I ate dinner that night, my mom drove me over to Shrug's. Speaking of moms, she's kind of been thriving after Dad left, especially since her friend owns a daycare business, so she gets half off daycare for Manny. When I got to his house, Tyson was already there. It started off alright, we kind of just played video games and ate chips, the usual. It was kind of irritating at times because Tyson and Shrug were cracking inside jokes here and there that I didn't understand. Bro, free chips in the sewers, Pennywise. I can't really blame them since they're best friends and all, so I guess I'll have to get used to it. At least I won that round of Twisted Wizard Racing. Eventually, Shrug's dad made us get off the games. Tyson wanted to go jump on the trampoline, which I was all for. Shrug and I just kind of jumped around while Tyson did a bunch of crazy flips that I never knew a person could actually do. We settled down when it got dark and started talking about random stuff. Out of nowhere, Shrug said this. Hey Greg, whatever happened to you and Rowley? Shoot, I did not like where this is going. One of the reasons I came here was to get my mind off of Rowley. I guess they get curious about what happened with us at some point, but still, I needed to change the subject. Oh, nothing. We're just not really talking right now. It's nothing, really. Rowley? Really? I have math with Rowley, and it's a very different story according to him. He says you guys basically ditched each other completely. I wasn't really paying attention, but he misses you, well, at least some parts of you, so yeah. I guess Rowley does really think of me. Oh, wow, I don't really know what to say. I wish Shrug didn't tell me that, because now I feel worse than ever. Why does Rowley miss me? We're hoping to hear more from you. We're curious about this whole thing. This is like the 10th time you guys broke it off. It's none of your business. I'm not going to tell you your problems for entertainment. But Rowley told me a bunch of stuff. In case you haven't noticed, Rowley and I are different people. Maybe you should have actually listened to what he had to say. He probably needed someone to talk to about it. I don't know what's going on with Rowley right now, but even though he told you, doesn't mean you're going to hear anything from me. I'm going to go home now. Thanks for the chips. Okay, maybe I overreacted, but the topic of Rowley got me feeling pretty defensive. I went out to the front lawn and called Roderick to come pick me up. He came quicker than I expected. He probably knew something was up before he even saw me, since I wasn't even supposed to come home until an hour later. You gonna talk? No. I probably should have talked to him. I would have. I just didn't feel like saying anything. I felt kind of bad about the whole situation. Tyson and Shrug probably didn't mean to come off that way. I'm not really sure if I should apologize or not. On top of that, I had to babysit Manny for an entire Saturday. Mom was at work and Roderick was out doing who knows what. At least taking care of Manny kept my mind off things for an entire day, which I'm still not sure is an improvement. Hanging out with Manny is really like being the hostage of a real live gremlin. Threatening raccoon noises. Again. After he had some junk cereal, he got really energetic. So like the good brother I am, I took him to the park a few streets over. If that doesn't tucker him out, I don't know what will. Not gonna lie, I could use a swing on the monkey bars myself. The walk there actually took longer than I expected. When we finally got to the park, you wouldn't believe who I saw there. It was Ari. Hey Greg. She was sitting by herself holding a Rubik's Cube. I was really glad to see her. I sat down next to her on the bench. Manny ran off to the playground, so I asked Ari what she was doing here. She told me she lives a block away and she just likes to come here and get a breath of fresh air sometimes, and occasionally slide down the slide. We started talking about hobbies, amusement parks, and brothers. She has 3. Eventually, we got to the topic of CJ. Wait, so you know about CJ and, right? Tyson? Yeah, I don't know if he's a good enough guy, though. I hung out with him and Strog the other day, and he's cool, but Strog brought a personal topic up, and they started being a little pushy, so I kind of blew up at them. So you guys are, like, not talking right now? Yeah, but I guess we owe each other an apology. Just tell them you're sorry for blowing up, but explain why you did, then you guys can forgive each other. That probably would be the best idea. I didn't want to have beef with 2 of my only friends, let alone founding members of my club. I thanked Ari for the advice and told her I'd try. Let's hope I don't chicken out when the time comes. Bubby! Thanks for your talk, Ari, but I should probably get Manny home now. We said goodbye and I left the park with Manny. I wish I could have talked to her longer. She seems pretty cool and I want to get to know her more. Watching Manny for the rest of the day was a hassle, especially since he's too old for naps now. But Roderick came home a little after lunch. He's not the best at babysitting, but it's better than nothing. Big Bubby, if you shut up, Mum will come home early. We sat him in front of the TV for the next few hours until Mum got home, and the torture was finally over. Well, here I am, writing about all this in homeroom. Wish Ari had the same lunch period as me, Tyson, Shrug, and CJ, so she would be there for moral support. Geez, I need to stop making such a big deal about it. All we need to do is say sorry to each other and it'll be fine. But what if they don't say sorry? What if they don't even listen? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I also have to tell CJ about it since she'll wonder what the heck is going on. I hope Tyson doesn't do anything stupid in front of her. Oh, who am I kidding? The only person who can mess this up would be me. Be my friends, because I only have 2, which is 10 more than usual. Also, CJ likes Tyson Durr. Yeah, let's make sure that doesn't happen. Wish me luck, stupid journal. My first 2 periods flew by, and when it was time for lunch, CJ and I usually meet up by the cafeteria and walk together. So I caught her up on the whole story while trying my best not to make Tyson sound bad. Basically, CJ said that she kind of knew him last year and he's a pretty understanding guy. Maybe that's why CJ started liking him so early on in the school year, because they actually knew each other before. When we made it to the cafeteria, CJ and I sat down next to Tyson and Shirag. Hey guys, I'm really sorry about what happened on Friday. I guess I overreacted, just talking about Rowley, I don't know. That came out way easier than expected, but I guess I was most worried about their response. I'm not exactly used to talking about my feelings with other guys who aren't Roderick, which is why what Shirag and Tyson said really surprised me. It's okay, Greg. We apologize too. We didn't want the gossip. We just wanted to hear your side of the story so we could help you. Wait, what? Looking back on it, we came off the wrong way, especially me. Tyson and I usually Shirag and I usually talk to each other about our problems, so I guess we were used to it. I mean, now that you're a friend, you can open up to us if we want. And I really did listen to everything Rowley said. I just told you what you needed to hear, and not the things that would betray Rowley's trust if I said it to you. Well, dang. Well, I wasn't expecting any of that at all. Thanks, guys. And that just about wraps up part 5. Next time will be in October. I don't know when I'll post the next part. I really want to make a next part of Red Sun when that comes out. I think it'll be like Chronicles of Roderick though. But anyway, I hope you guys do enjoy. Hopefully I do have a longer video out sometime soon. But I did try and pull together whatever I could for today. So yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed part 5. And tell me when I should post part 6. Because hopefully I will have that out soon. Anyway, peace out. Like and subscribe. Bye.